So dear viewers, this is going to be a short episode. At least I intend to do it like that. This is the Olympus E-P1 that I purchased recently, my second unit in the past 6 months. Now I paid for it the equivalent of about 50 euros, including a brand new battery which I purchased for it. And I am actually selling it on for about 75 euros, which is roughly 25 euros profit. Not much, but I don't know, steady as she goes, slow and steady wins the race, and so on and so forth. Well, by that I mean that I'm actually attempting to fund my obsession with weird and quirky obsolete tech stuff by selling on some things for a small profit, but also helping others to get an interesting camera, a camera which they desire. Maybe they wanted to own it when it was brand new, but couldn't afford it or couldn't get a hold of one. As such, I have agreed to a most reasonable price, I say, for this camera. I negotiated down to 75 euros. Now, I've covered this camera in a previous video. There are two small issues with it. One, there are a few black LCD dots there. The pixels are dead right here in the middle. And second, well, the IBIS is not working. This, by the way, is a 2-axis in-body image stabilization, which happens to go wrong for, I don't know, nearly all Olympus EP and EPL cameras, at least for the older versions. The newer EM series, the EM5, EM10, have 5-axis in-body image stabilization. That doesn't go wrong. That's, I believe, based on magnets and so on. So yeah, this is one of the issues. Now, if you're wondering why this is still a desirable camera in 2026, well, it's because of its retro feel, top-notch ergonomics, this all-metal body which has great feel and it's really premium, and also for the photo capabilities. Now, they're not exquisite photos, but they bring on a depth, a warmth of color which sometimes might be missing in newer cameras, albeit those cameras might perform better in low light conditions and so on. This still has its charm in 2026. Another point I wanted to cover before I close this video is that while this is the first mirrorless micro four thirds cameras from Olympus, it is launched parallel with the Lumix G1 from Panasonic, and that was a plastic fantastic deal all the way through, and plus it had the rather nasty multi-component paint job which degrades over time, becomes sticky, and actually makes the camera even less desirable compared to this all metal marvel, which actually feels that it punches way above its price point. It was supposed to be a mid-ranger, entry-level sort of thing, so between entry-level and mid-ranger, but it actually is exquisitely built. It's firm, nice to hold in hand. It gives off a retro premium feel, which not so many cameras achieve these days. Well, at least in my humble opinion, but what do I know? I'm surrounded by weird and quirky obsolete tech stuff. And on that rather inconsequential note, I am going to bid you farewell until the next video. So stick around and, well, encourage me, hit a like, maybe a subscribe, as I am trying to gather more interest for this channel, but really it's hard to do so with my daily job and so on, so I don't want to beg or end on a negative note. But if you want to see more content, more in-depth views, comparisons, and stuff like that regarding the Olympus and Panasonic Lumix lineup. And not only those, hit a like and well, pass on the good word, as I really need the support. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.